Was ready for this movie.
Yeah.
I was not ready for this movie.
Welcome to part 2 of Christmas Burn After Watching.
Yeah, episode 2 of our Christmas special.
Yeah, maybe our last episode ever.
Oh God.
I think you definitely.
I actually wrote that.
Yeah.
I actually wrote that. This movie made me question whether Burn After Watching should even exist.
We do have this festive, delicious Christmas beer.
Yeah, we do get to drink really good beer
Correct,
with this terrible
Oh,
beer. So
this is good beer. I mean, we feel super festive for this, by the way. Like, so this can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So we watched the movie Christmas Sleigh.
Yeah. A British.
By the way, there is a sequel to this on TV as well. If you did not see that. So next week, you're saying, right? It's like, right? The slaying. Maybe I don't know what it's called. Slays, Christmas Slays again. Give Santa Daddy more work. Santa Daddy.
Oh God.
Like Werner Herzog's nephew. I was like, this is
Oh God. I wish Werner Herzog did direct this and narrate it. It would have been 100 times
That's
better.
right. Well, also, even if he was an 84-year-old cameraman, he would have been a better cameraman than this guy. Obligation.
Okay, I'll pull it up real quick because I did have this open all day, ready for this moment.
And then Christmas Sleigh.
The story of Christmas Sleigh begins on a wintry Christmas Eve in the picturesque Kentish countryside. The horrific murder of a loving family and the capture of a Santa Claus obsessed with bloody, thirsty killing. A Christmas approaches the following year. A group of college girlfriends decide to get away from it all and relax and party over the Christmas holiday. They decide to escape to the idyllic mistletoe lodge nestled within the beautiful snowy mountains of the Scottish Highlands, which starts off as the perfect festive getaway of fun in the snow and a glass of eggnog or two, suddenly descends into a gruesome bloodbath of terror and a fight for survival.
Well, I don't remember
this was written by Steve Davis, the director.
I don't remember them drinking eggnog, and I definitely didn't want to drink eggnog during this. Bloody and thirsty make the thirstiest for Santa Daddy, of course.
Oh, okay.
Santa Daddy.
So can I just say...
You mean Frank Jakeman?
Oh, God.
His name is Frank Jakeman.
Frank Jakeman, yeah.
I'm not like the first person in here with a double first name thing. Danny Thompson. The first real character. Who do you think Danny Thompson plays, by the way? I think Danny Thompson is in the cast.
No, she's like the bitch friend.
A barista. They're both kind of the bitch friend.
I definitely said that, like, in the beginning here. Okay, so let's just start. Let's jump into this.
She's Becky, by the way.
Top-notch production
I call them all Becky, though, because they're all Beckys. Whoa, Biff.
Just terrible. I mean...
The first camera shot of this movie, which is really the setup for this whole movie, it looks like someone had epilepsy and was trying to hold the camera. I was like, what the... Like, is this how it starts? So I literally got ill during this movie and I had to stop watching for a minute. I was not expecting this to be British. So when they started speaking with an English accent, I was like, no. What did you think it was? Something... German? Just something different. That guy looks very German. He does. He has a very German. He has a very German face. And I agree with that. Frank Jakeman. Like an Eastern European almost going on. He plays Simon Carter. I didn't know his name. I didn't know he had a name. SC, Matt. Santa Claus. Get it? Get it? Get it?
So he breaks into this house.
Yep.
The parents are like watching something with their kid, or they're reading. They're all reading in their living room. Their kid's asleep, and they're like, "Oh, we better get to bed. It's Christmas." And then next thing you see is this guy just breaking into their home and like making as much fucking noise as possible. Easily.
Then playing a piano.
Yeah.
What do we think that cake was made out of? Well, first of all, is that a London, like an England tradition? I feel like it was
cake for Santa.
Yeah, like a crunchy cake. Fucking cake with a knife.
Yeah, it's like a traditional cake.
It was like slicing into the cake, and it was like crunching and moving. And I was like, no, thanks. I was just confused that there was a cake with a knife. Like, what if the kid came down like, oh, I'm gonna start stabbing. You didn't see me creep. Well, so yeah, kids don't stab anybody. Come on.
Makes a ton of noise.
No, and not only does he make a ton of noise, there's a lot of, and let's just get this out on the table. There's a lot of fucking noises that were not edited out in this, and they're just there.
Well,
there's sloppy eating noises, wet breathing noises. He was just throwing presents around. He was like shaking them, throwing them.
Yeah.
Because he's a Santa jerk, is what I wrote.
Yeah. He is. He's a sin jerk. The music is terrible. Just terrible. So then next thing we get is like the call comes in, which I'm glad they finally explained that because they're like a call came in, but then he finds them in bed asleep, so clearly they didn't call it in. Apparently they had a security system which did a shit job because an alarm should have gone off.
It was a silent alarm, Tom.
That's so stupid.
That even you can't hear and you sleep through.
I think it shows you that the British police are just super inept, I guess.
Because
they
did when he came out and he beat them all up.
Did he beat them up, Matt?
Even before that,
or did he just slightly shove them and then they fell over?
Even before that, he stabs the husband.
I stand by what I said.
He stabs the husband in one stab. And then the wife like gets down on her knees, and it's very porno. Like every single movie, we realized
because we're filming through his balls. Like, we're filming his balls.
But we realized every single scene in this movie felt like a porn setup.
That didn't have the sex in it.
Yeah, seriously. Like every single time, it was like, oh, something's about to happen.
Every single shot in this movie is like this weird submissive thing. Like when people are getting killed or about to be killed, they just like kind of lay
and
there
I loved how
it.
people would just take it when he murdered them,
and
they
it was
died
almost
instantly.
sexy, but then you didn't get any sex, and it was just like, I
just got murdered.
What the fuck am I watching now? Like,
so you're saying a porno version of this would have been better?
Yes, 100% better.
Let us fuck.
Even if he killed them at the end after he came, it would have been better than that. Like, this made no sense.
I mean, it was literally like porn production value with just no sex. It was horrible. Horrible. So he stabs the husband. We don't even see that. Then he stabs her in the head, just right in her skull, and he does this multiple times in the movie.
Like through her skull with a kitchen knife, though, not like with some kind of hunting knife.
One shot, deep into her skull.
No, he like pushes it down in. It's like, what the fuck?
Like that blade was first off.
So then he's about to leave the house. He's covered in blood, and their dumb daughter, who is played by like a 14-year-old girl acting like a 7-year-old. Yeah, who is the worst actress in this movie, and that's saying a lot. She's like, she's like, looks off screen, like she's looking at someone, and then she goes, did you bring our presents,
I think that must be like Frank Jakeman's daughter or something, because she's like smelling him like, oh, yeah. And he's like covered in blood.
Gore.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Gore.
Also, like the fact that everyone just gets like easily pushed down, I just wrote, do they have no survival instincts, or are they just British? I don't know what's going on here.
No, he whoops the police people's butts. But like you said, the fighting is not, I mean, it's just terrible. It's like, he's just like, bam, and they're like, I'm down. Oh.
Yeah, well, it's not even like a punch, it's like, he's like,
it's like the worst choreographed fighting I've ever seen.
Like, does like Frank Jakeman have a bad back? Why is he pushing everyone like he's just like giving him a back rub? Like, what is, I don't understand what's happening.
It was embarrassingly bad, like, blocking for this fight. Like, I was like, he's like, I'm just imagining Steve Dave going, Steve Davis, the director, obviously. I call him Steve Dave because I'm a fanboy. And then just going like, just walk up to him and hit him. They're just gonna fall over. And like, so he like touches them.
So the police catch this guy. He's dead right. This man is covered in blood.
Yeah.
He comes right out of the house, and they just start like quietly talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, you're gonna be under arrest.
Well, that's English police procedure.
Like, what?
That's actually really good British police procedure, UK stuff. I found that. But the detective,
like, the
detective came out started like shooting puns at him. Like, we've been looking for you a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna be a Merry Christmas this time. Like,
you also said you picked the wrong house and the wrong family. You picked the right family.
I was like, they're dead.
In the right house.
He killed everyone in that house.
He killed everyone in there. His objective is done.
Seriously. It was so bad. He's just like joking around with him, and there's just like a murdered family inside. And all these police, especially that one female officer who comes, like you see her again.
The sexy one, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Sexy one? She was
the goth one or whatever.
She was like, I can get it.
She was
like they were just
sergeant,
like,
I believe she was sergeant.
Yeah, they just were so.
Sure, why not?
They were so passive. Like she had no emotions whatsoever about this. Like he almost killed her. She's just like whatever.
But almost killed her is very like. I mean, he literally just kind of nudged her to the ground, and then she was like,
I'm down now.
Okay.
And no, like, yelling or anything. It was like... It was
I mean, that is very British, obviously.
Okay, let's also preface that this...
Stiff up a lip, stiff up a lip!
Let's also preface that this is the best scene of the movie.
It's only downhill.
Think of a better scene of this movie. There's not. No. This is the best scene of the movie.
No, the boyfriend scene later, when he's trying to smoke them drugs. And he's talking...
Oh my god.
Okay,
let's push through. Come on. I got stuff to get to.
Okay, now we get to the nurse doctor scene.
No, but can we just...
real quick,
though. Real quick.
No.
they say they've been looking for him forever, and he's murdered multiple people on Christmas before, right? I'm just reiterating this because when we come into like more of this movie, you're gonna wonder where any of that went. Because anyway, so he'd been murdering lots of people for many years, supposedly at Christmas time. They've been looking for him.
I lost all wonder.
Do you remember the reason why? It wasn't ever explained.
No. I was gonna say he's just crazy
asshole, psychopath,
and he likes murdering people.
Like there's no pathos to this character.
So there's this nurse scene. I guess she's late.
No, this was after we get introduced to the college students. That's the weird part. They did some weird time messed up stuff in this movie. Like they put in the middle that he escaped, but it was like days before because they said how people had escaped from the lunatic asylum. So.
Yeah, the Beckys are all taking a...
the Beckys are like on their way up to Scotland.
I just wrote, no one cares about this combo.
No, it's terrible. First of all, they all have drag queen makeup. I mean, they look like they're straight up like they're in a porno. And they all look like they could be sisters. They're supposed to be friends, but they literally are like pale,
they're all
brunette.
brunettes.
This scene was 20
British
minutes
girls.
of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Can we pin down the ages of these women? Because...
35.
Yeah, like one looked like she was like 20. One looked like she was definitely in her mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
And that was Becky. Fucking Becky. And then the other one was maybe like 30-ish.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're all like supposedly going to high school.
Yeah, like I'm like, where do they meet? Where do they supposed to meet? I don't understand what's going on right now.
Yeah, that conversation literally gave us nothing. It said unless you're listening to the background.
No, it was exposition on how they're friends. How she's going through a fight with her boyfriend because she found him in bed with their other friend. And they're like, you should dump him. And she's like, I don't really know what happened, but
I'm so sad.
Yeah, but so we're going to go on this holiday or whatever. I wrote, these are the first and only women who tried out and they just took them. They literally were like, oh yeah, you'll do. This will be it. Oh, the close-ups, remember? So this is also where you find out that they just love close-ups in this movie because they're like in a van filming these women.
I think it's that they didn't have rigs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sure,
so they had like a big camera, but it's in a small space, so just in there.
Yeah, so like the guy's like on the back of the seat in front of him, and he's just like, yep, there we go. That's what I can get.
That's what I'm 100% sure that's what it was because it's like this camera is way too close, but they didn't use a small camera like a phone camera or anything. They used like a giant camera right next to a human's face. So it's just like the whole face, and that's it in each shot. Very badly framed. It's just like, oh, okay, all right.
And they also pass by this guy, this crazy guy who comes out of the woods.
I just wrote crazy guy.
Yeah, and but then they write, he could be a murderer. Don't stop. He could be a murderer. Mm.
So,
boy, did they know.
My favorite part of this very long, way too long scene is that they get to this very beautiful cottage with like a.
Is it?
No, it's just pretty. I think it's pretty nice.
Like the picturesque land of Kent.
Yeah.
No, this was in the Scottish Highlands.
This is the Scottish Highlands.
That still wasn't that good looking.
Family. No, not only that, but it's supposed to be wintertime. Scotland in wintertime is definitely covered in snow. It was definitely filmed in the summer.
I don't know though. Because later you can see their breath.
Well, no, they did film some in the cold because there was actually that snow scene where they're like, we're on this remote hill, and then they're filming the back, and there's like 50 people in the fucking background. I'm like, this is not remote in any way. Yeah. There's like a ton of people.
Also, they said it was beautiful, and it was not beautiful anyway either. It looked like the Martian tundra.
It definitely made it look like. I'm sorry, honey. It definitely made it look like they were in like a cottage that had was like a resort. So there were like other like cottages there. But then later in the movie, they're literally like the only ones there. Everyone's straight up getting murdered, and no one else is around. Yeah,
so my favorite part of that though is that they filmed the entire their entire walk from like the front gate to the front door. And I'm like. And so it's just like, there's no sound effects written out, so you
there's no music, there's no there's no sound editing.
I got the heavy suitcase.
Oh, that's funny. I have the heavy bag.
Like, okay, cut.
Cut sound editing, like just a little teeny bit.
Something.
So 2 minutes of sound editing would have fixed that. But
like, this is the worst kind of padding the runtime right here.
But then they go back to, then we're back in the insane asylum. So where the nurse is showing up.
This whole thing, like,
fucked up.
I don't know, this is like a fucking fever dream of this Steve Dave here. Steve Dave, what are you thinking? Okay, let's look at this nurse. She's late for work, I guess? She comes in, you watch her shower, ish.
Yeah, unnecessary nude.
But also,
I mean, it was,
Doctor watches your shower,
it was pretty sexy,
which is weird.
So the weird part is too is that the first idea you get that this is the insane asylum is the calendar with the unnecessary nude Christmas lady on it, because the guy's like, the security guy's in there and he's got the calendar.
Of course.
And it's like, oh, so now we're in the insane asylum. Yeah, then she comes into work and apparently she has to shower before she goes to work.
Of course.
And then the doctor's
prisoners
playfully
can
watching
smell your
her.
femininity on you. You have to shower it off.
Also, but that's what I mean. Like, it felt like a porno. Like, the whole thing felt like
and
a
that
fucking
doctor,
porno.
like, I don't know what his thing. I thought he was like one of the murderers because he was like so weird looking. First of all, he just was like unsettlingly weird looking, and then he's like, you know what? I'm not you, and he's like.
She also takes her weird latex nurse suit. It's not made of cloth if you look at it, and just puts it over her naked body.
Yeah.
Which I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? She doesn't have a towel, just her latex.
But he also talks to her like.
Casually.
Yeah,
like he
doesn't even notice that she's naked. Like, he's more upset that she's 5 minutes late than that he's in a room with a naked person.
Like, wouldn't you be thinking about it?
He's like, and like his face just looks weird. He doesn't look like he's looking at the camera like he's never acted or something before. Unsettling.
Do you think any of these people have acted before or since?
Oh, Santa Daddy did.
No, the main character ladies, they were in a bunch of other like murder horror films.
Which is great because Emma does not have a picture on IMDb.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Jessica Ann Brownlee.
So I also wanted to say, like, this is supposed to be in Scotland because these people like escape near where they're like, you know, staying.
Yeah.
But they all have British accents. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Institute. It's called. The Moorview Institute.
But then you see that this guy's just allowed to like walk around the facility. He's like a fucking murderer.
Oh yeah.
He murders that guy in the one scene with the Christmas tree.
That guy's taunting him. Like, I feel like I've only known this guy for like 3 minutes, but even if I was crazy, I'd be like, there's something wrong with that guy. I'm not going to fuck it with that guy. Like, and he's just taunting the shit out of him until he gets murdered by him.
Right. Well, and going back to, if he had killed people for multiple years on Christmas leading up to this, wouldn't you have like extra fucking security on him that night or something like that?
He doesn't get to walk around anymore. Sorry,
like that's just crazy.
Since he assaulted like 4 police officers on the way out.
I mean, what's he gonna kill someone with? A marker?
Maybe.
Several markers.
He buries into someone's head. Just stabs them into
That's not how that works.
I don't think Steve Dave knows how skulls work.
They protect from things. Like, there's a reason people aren't stabbed in the head with markers.
Like, literally, you can't do that.
And I thought he was going to do something funny, like maybe like a birthday cake looking thing or something, but it wasn't even funny, it was just stupid. He just kept stabbing in the side of his head for no reason. And not even like in the temple where it's kind of
soft. But also,
when the top is
guy didn't scream.
No, like, oh no, the guy literally laid
instantly.
No,
when
again,
he was knocked over, he just laid there like
everyone in this movie, whenever they got murdered, it was just this.
I think British people just those fainting goats, like they're just like too excited, and they just murdered.
Also, they like, I do this with dignity. I will scream.
Yeah.
No.
Dignity.
Yeah.
Stiff upper lip. Kill me.
I am the monarch of the sea. Okay. I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
So yeah, he gets out again at Christmas with the other crazy guy, which I mean, that's where it goes back. Like, so apparently they jumped back in time to explain how they got out.
Does it really work?
Right.
Because anyone cared about it.
It landed.
And
it
then
landed like you wanted it to.
Came back, and now they're
okay. Now they have we got a Christmas tree. Like you just went to this resort in the middle of fucking nowhere.
That's what I love is that they're like, we have to hike up to the road to like even get to a phone.
Yep.
But she's like, oh, I got this Christmas tree like at this boutique down the street.
Yeah.
Also, they got a fucking Christmas tree, and can I remind you, 2 hours into this trip, they're running out of firewood. Like, why would you not have gotten the total amount of firewood when you went?
Or cut down the fucking Christmas tree at that
Serious?
point.
No,
We're
well, the Christmas
freezing
tree
to death.
was fake. But I'm just saying, like, there was tons of firewood there, and all of a sudden they're just running out of firewood. There's just
there wasn't tons of trees because it was like a fucking
but also
weird
like
grassland.
Like you're at a resort and they don't have any firewood for you. That's kind of
not
fucked
a
up.
fucking
Get your own firewood.
Yeah.
This is part of our resort charm.
No.
Yeah, but there's no charm. Like
but
everyone else in the resort is not charming.
What I'm saying is that before it was nighttime, in one of the outside shots, there was tons of firewood stacked up against the wall.
We still have to add one more person to the story, guys. Okay,
that's right.
Oh god.
Because girl that cheated on with
a very important character,
not
very important.
Who was in bed with her boyfriend Ryan shows up.
Yeah, he was drunk and passed out. Okay.
Yeah, and they were both wearing
really
clothes.
drunk, and they were fully dressed, but they were in bed together.
But so she comes in, and she's like, you invited me. She's like, I think the invitation was rescinded. I think I don't know. Asshole.
And she found you in bed with her.
Real asshole.
Just saying.
Like this chick's a dick already. Yeah. Like. At least, like, figure out a way to explain it before you get there. She's like, well, I'm just gonna be here. Merry Christmas.
But I'm gonna go get firewood and then come back.
So then,
and you're like,
alright, so yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go get firewood and then I'll come back and we'll talk, right? So she goes, and instead of looking, like I said, right fucking next to their cabin, where there was tons of firewood, she walks out into the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, how are you gonna even bring that back? Like, clearly she was just walking to walk for walking's sake. Yeah. And then got herself totally fucking lost out in, you know, the...
Also, the other three women seem to be fine with this.
Yeah.
Like, even the girl who this happened to, they're all fine with it. Like, guys, they have no issues with this at all.
We're on Chloe. We didn't talk about any of the fun shenanigans these guys got up to, though.
Oh,
like,
right.
Like weird guy with weird teeth walking through their thing for no reason.
Who never comes up again, though. That's what I mean. Like, does he work there?
Yeah, I thought he, like, saved someone, maybe? Or, like, gets stabbed protecting someone?
Or he's a murderer or something?
Yeah.
Nope, nothing.
Maybe he gets murdered by the murderer, and you're like, oh, you kind of feel a sympathetic vibe. You don't.
Is he Ryan? Is he Ryan's friend? Is that what happens? I was like, I saw this guy, and I was like, fuck this guy. I literally wrote "fuck this music," and then I wrote "young Becky getting peeked on."
Yeah. So then the one boyfriend shows up, and it's like getting dark, and they're all wearing sunglasses.
Oh, sorry. One more thing that's earlier there before we get. So she's like the one Becky, what is her name? Sarah.
Okay.
Becky, is very obsessed with getting in the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
So she goes and sets up the hot tub, and then they leave. And I was like, that's not what you do with a hot tub. Like you set it up, and you get in. Like it just, like I guess they're not paying for any of the room.
You have to tune it up for later.
But by the way, they have a hot tub that is powered by electricity.
It's inflatable. It's an inflatable hot tub, by the way.
But they're freezing.
Inflatable.
Like, just get in
the hot tub, yeah.
It's like, or get by the hot tub. Well, giving off hot.
I mean,
it's called in the name.
Sarah did fucking hot tub.
We also didn't talk about the fact that stove was clearly a gas stove. So the fact that they were supposed to be...
I was like, that's a fucking gas stove. Yeah. What are they even putting wood in the damn thing for? It's a fake one. It's fake.
Turn on.
And I think there's literally a scene of her turning it on, and then they changed their mind, and we're like, oh, now they need firewood, but we already...
There's also a random dog that they just filmed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that dog doing here?
So can I just say that my biggest rant is in the middle of this movie. I said the commercials are better than the movie, and then I wrote a whole rant. I love Aldi commercials. I should have known when they finally started making commercials in America, they would be the best commercials. I love Aldi. Let's just talk all day about Aldi for the rest of the video because this movie is terrible.
Did you get the Aldi commercial?
I did write Crazy Guy again, and I there's several parts in my notes where I wrote the onomatopoeias of just like crunch, because it's like what? Okay, why?
So I will say, I got to this point in the movie where I was like, when are people going to start getting murdered? And then literally that was when Chloe got murdered out, when she got lost.
Well, because see, you're like Crazy Santa Guy. He has an axe. Where did he get it from? Oh, she stumbles over a dead fireman in the woods.
Just a random dead fireman. I guess we're supposed to assume he murdered him already.
Oh, no, that's the thing. He murdered him and took his axe.
Right.
Because firemen are carrying
just
their axe
walking
in the
around.
woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Chopping down trees.
So she trips over a person's dead. Then she just sits there.
Oh, yeah.
She goes nowhere.
And at this point in the movie, you're desensitized to it, though. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah. She just sits there. So he shows up. She just still sits. I think she's the only one actually screamed in this movie.
Yeah.
She screams, and then he just murders her.
Okay, so can I also just say that at this point in the movie, we were like, this movie is so terrible. And all of a sudden, like, right at that scene, the TV just stopped working.
Right.
We had to turn it on. You didn't even notice? You was like,
no, we thought about just like,
we were like, should we just leave? Like, the TV couldn't even handle it. So then, when we turned it back on, we went back to Tubi. Tubi acted like we'd never even searched for it. It wasn't in Last Watch. We had to research it again.
Like, we're doing you a favor.
You know, and we had to find our spot again. We were like, this TV literally doesn't want to watch this movie.
And I realized...
But we went through all that to finish the movie, okay?
I realized by this point that no one has any follow-up reactions with anyone else.
No.
So, like, there's an interaction that happens, and there's either no payoff or just nothing happens.
Do you guys feel like the movie was entirely improvised? Like, there's just no...
Oh, well, it could have been. It could have been, because, like, it's like almost they forgot what happened in the last scene. So they go to the next scene, and you're just like, what about this thing? And they'd be like,
well, like, I don't remember them mentioning boys are going. They literally said this is a girls trip.
Yeah, it's a girls trip.
And then that motherfucker shows up in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
And I was like, okay, that one guy. I was like, she's like, I don't want to fuck this guy. And then another fucking guy shows up, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Like, oh yeah, we're all coming. You're like, why?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I missed you. I'm like, it's a fucking girls trip, asshole.
Can
like,
I just say, too, as much as all these women, except for Chloe, who's dead at this point, so you don't have to worry about her anymore.
Don't have to worry about her.
All of these women could be sisters. All of those dudes could have been brothers. Yeah. Like, they were literally just the same dude over and
they
over.
were like Milktoast 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
So can I just say here, I wrote, I'm pretty sure this movie is cursed like The Ring.
Paul was in
5 minutes later, we find our place back in hell. This is a painful experience. I really fucking hate this movie. I might hate this movie more than Eyes Wide Shut. And that's saying a lot. Everything in this movie is too long. Oh, here's my favorite part. She's walking around in her underwear in wintertime in Scotland.
She goes, it's freezing in here. And she literally has a fucking...
It was a bra?
Tank top.
Bra and underwear. A thin
that was all the
tank top,
director on that one.
And then knee socks.
This is what I usually wear around the house.
Knee socks. Yeah, what every girl was.
Yeah,
knee socks.
Yeah.
And the other girl had like on the short shorts and the tank. Like, this is what girls wear at our girl parties. Obviously. It's like,
but also they're running out of firewood, even though the fire was fine.
But also Becky looked even older.
Yeah.
Like, just don't, Becky.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a kid like you.
Like, just put on a fucking nightie and get it over with, man. You're old.
It's like, okay, Steve Buscemi, if I so love this lady.
Oh, okay, so we get to the sex in the hot tub, and I wrote, sex in the inflatable tub. I wrote, these two should not be joking about safe sex. They should absolutely not be trying to make more dumbass children.
The fucking wildest part of this scene, though, was... So the guy's like, yeah, I'm going to get in the hot tub with you. He's wearing a full Santa suit, and then he's not. Yeah. And, like, in a second. Like, they just cut it, and there's like, no. Yeah. I'm in the hot tub. And, like, he just took off a Santa suit in, like, 3.6 seconds. That's how much this guy wanted.
Maybe it was like a tearaway Santa suit.
He just wanted to get it.
So then I wrote at this point, and I think this is what they were trying to do, is... I was just like, I want them all to die now. I just want all of them to get murdered. I think they get you set up.
I was hoping someone would get drowned in a hot tub. Like, that would have been cool, but did not happen.
That would have been a better place.
Also, like if you're getting, if you're trying to be, you're trying to do the, and there was a choking in, around near the hot tub. There was a choking near the hot tub, but it didn't pan out. Yeah. But like that's part of the
turning up the hot tub and like burning someone's head in it. Like, I mean, just get creative.
Just like anything that was sort of not derivative in this movie did not happen. It's just like, okay.
So can we talk about what you had aforementioned, the infamous smoking some sort of drugs?
Smoking the drugs, you mean?
Drugs / she's super horny, sexy.
Yeah.
He has like a tube, like looks like a rolled paper, and he's dropping stuff into it.
Yeah, that's what English.
He's dropping
the marijuana leaves individually into
what the fuck are you doing?
Because he has to get the proportions right.
We couldn't tell if we thought it was marijuana, but we couldn't fucking tell because he's dropping
I don't know what the fuck drugs that's supposed to be.
That's why he was so fucked up.
No one's ever done this.
He's telling her that she can't rush him because he's creating something. It's like science. I'm like, what goddamn drug is he creating?
Yeah, he's not like reaching from 2 different bags and putting different weed there. He's just like dropping.
No, I said this director's never been around any drug usage like ever in his life. Like, he has no clue. Yeah.
And then also he makes it the tiniest fucking roach butt. I'm like, what the fuck is that thing he made? What is that thing?
It took you 20 goddamn minutes to make that. A half a fucking roach.
2 puffs of that.
But then also what's terrible about this scene is he's such a chauvinistic asshole, like making his drugs, and she's just, even though they literally just had sex in the hot tub, she is like ready to go.
Also, like, what is her room? Is it just a closet with a mattress on it? Like the one girl has like this fucking beautiful wood thing with like a twin size mattress. With
a pole in the middle.
I mean, it's cabin, I guess.
She's not fighting one over because literally it's like 3 feet high.
She's not fucking anybody in that cubby hole.
It's like there's no room.
But the other girl just has a fucking mattress on the floor in like a room.
That sucks. I mean, it's a resort.
Jesus Christ.
It's a resort.
Yeah, like, get your money back.
Again, resort, Mike.
Fuck.
It's not a fucking resort.
So the next scene, though, is that they're roasting marshmallows over this this definitely gas.
Yeah. So obviously gas.
So
yeah.
And
like
so
the
marshmallows on fire, but then she eats the marshmallow. It's just a regular marshmallow.
Yeah.
So it's just this white marshmallow. And then she's like, and then they cut, and then she's eating.
And she goes, "This is so yummy." Like she's never had a fucking marshmallow before.
They're English, man. Like, they have crisps and shit. Like they're like this is made of
the only shit that I have is a
Yeah.
numb by putting my tea.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
but they're still talking about how cold it's getting, even though neither of them will put fucking clothes on.
And they were just by the goddamn fire roasting marshmallows.
So, but can we also talk about the fact that the scene where he goes to the bathroom and he's like too dizzy to go to the bathroom, which is like
he's so fucked up, man.
Weed doesn't make you dizzy like that, and then he pees all over the place.
It's like Reaper Madness.
Yeah, like that.
I mean, that's the moral of the story.
Obviously, yeah.
Don't get high or someone will put a head in your toilet. Also, so at this point, Chloe's head is in this toilet. So what we're proposing here is that that Santa asshole killed Chloe, came into this house,
with her head,
put her head in the toilet. Nobody saw this.
And tiptoed out.
Left.
Like
He's fucking
Santa.
left.
He's like Santa.
He left and he was outside.
He's like Santa.
Because he didn't come back for a while.
Sneaky like Santa.
What the fuck?
I get it.
What happened?
I get it, Santa, Daddy.
I would see. And
don't listen to these guys.
The better part of the scene would have been if he had smoked the drugs and was like, "I'm so fucked up, I'm seeing things." And then they would have like, "There's nothing in the toilet." Better scene. Yeah. And so I thought this was gonna happen. They're like, "No, it actually is her head, and he's in the toilet."
That happened several times in this movie where I'm like,
also,
oh,
the head
this is
doesn't
what
fit
this
the toilet.
is. Yeah, no, it doesn't. No. That's what I thought.
Anyone who's been swirling knows this shit,
yeah.
okay? And it's just her hair sticking on the top. I'm like, what the fuck happened to her head?
Well, I thought it was just like a piece of her scalp.
I don't know, but
it
was
was
a lot of shit in
her
her
head.
Yeah, okay.
It was her whole head.
So, but also, I was gonna say,
okay,
and I totally forgot, so it doesn't matter. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. There were several times in this movie where I was like, "Oh, that's what just happened," and then it ended up being a way worse thing than I assumed it was, and I'm like, "That would have been so much better if it was this other thing."
I'm like,
but
we should.
You just,
so are you saying that we should write Christmas Sleigh?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yes. By the way, this is when the hunt starts. With all the people involved in the movie, this is when we really start getting the killing.
Yeah.
The body counts are rising.
Yeah.
And I did.
What tricky ways he's gonna kill these people? With he push them over and then hit them with the thing?
Yeah, seriously.
Or stab them in the head.
Well, no.
Stabs,
So
like,
I go.
every woman in the head
Everyone
almost.
dies so peacefully. They just get stabbed and immediately die.
Almost
I said,
every woman.
There's no suffering. I was like, at this point, I want to see suffering because I'm suffering too.
Oh, but also one of the manly men, Paul, takes him on in the woods after seeing.
Oh my God.
Because he's in the woods.
Oh my
he's
God.
Already planted his head and it's gone back up to the woods and he's built a fucking fire. So this is how long either the head's been in there or it's just been a long time that Paul's been out there. I don't know. There's a full roaring fire and this motherfucker's by it.
Yeah.
And so Paul goes out and is like, "Oh, who are you? Oh no. Oh, I'll fight you.
Yeah.
You don't want to, I'll hit you in the tally.
Wrap you with my Jack Johnson.
And then immediately murder would have been more fun.
This is probably the best fight scene in the movie, though, if we're being honest.
I mean, relatively, yeah.
At least there was like a little bit of back and forth. Like there,
and Paul was impaled with a stick, I believe.
Yeah, just impaled.
Just like a stick.
Like because this director loves people being impaled by.
But also, like, not hit with an axe, just impaled with a stick.
Yeah, and he's immediately dead. Like.
Well, I mean, he was like heart stuck with a stick.
Yeah, but everyone is immediately dead in this movie. Like if you are killed, you're dead.
Simon Carter.
Yeah, except for fucking Santa Claus.
Jason Voorhees.
Hey, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh God, we're not there yet.
Okay, so
that's
then
how I felt watching
the two girls, Sarah and
but hold on, because remember how Paul dies? He doesn't really die from the stick originally. Well, he basically dies from getting pushed. Like, he gets pushed, he, like, lands on the ground, and then he gets stuck. But, like, he's on the ground, out, dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, like, immediately dead.
He was just pushed lightly, and then it just, like, a stuntman, like, he slides backwards, and then...
Everyone in this movie, like, it's literally, this is what dying is in this movie. Are you gonna do it, or am I gonna do it?
Who wants to be the dead guy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is before dying.
Well, yeah,
no, even getting, here, push it into my head, because this is them. Like, no reaction. Like they're just like, oh, I'm dead now. Oh, you're stabbing me now.
I was waiting for them to be like, this is an absurdist movie.
Yeah.
This is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in on the gag now. Like, no, that wasn't it, though.
Oh, God.
It's like, chaos is freedom. And, like, they didn't do that. Yeah, we didn't get any of that. So Sarah and the other girl there do a pinky swear. Becky.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't worry, I'm going to protect you. Immediately is fucking dead.
Yeah.
Right?
That had
did not protect her at all.
Well,
did not protect her at all.
But can we also talk about, she did get a stab into him before that. She stabbed him in the head with what, you guys? A fucking candy cane.
Yeah.
It's like she stabs him in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, no, shoulder. It was shoulder.
Oh, okay. Oh, like in his neck?
Yeah, it was like neck.
Yeah, it was like right in his neck.
It's
You thought it's in his jugular. You think he's dead. But also, she does it once and then runs away. It's like, if you're that tough, you keep going. Like, you don't stop till, like, his head's gone.
Before that stabbing scene, she challenges him with
yeah.
no weapon.
Yeah.
Just a pair of panties?
Say, come on! I'm gonna end this or something like that.
Yeah, she says it several times.
How are you ending this?
By bleeding all over you.
I'm gonna use my capoeira that I learned. There's no flashback to her capoeira, guys.
Yeah.
She got nothing.
Again, a better movie here. Like, show her like the Karate Kid or something. She like wins a tournament with her capoeira.
She's doing the capoeira dance.
And like motherfucking Simon Carter is he's no selling all this shit.
He pulls this candy cane out and blood squirts out of his fucking neck.
Just for a second. And then he's done.
It still squirts out though. I'm like,
because he's
that's
like
not
supernatural. At this point, he's got to be supernatural.
For no reason though.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah.
Why?
Like he's not Michael Myers, not Jason Voorhees.
I literally wrote just so dumb. I wrote so dumb.
Yeah, at this point, like every other line, I'm like, please just murder them.
Okay,
like murder them. Let's finish.
Somebody was choked out with Garland in this movie.
Yeah, no, I think that's Becky.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when she gets choked out, he lifts the thing off, and there is a cut in her
neck.
Like it is made of razor wire.
It's just
like, I'm like, have you ever seen any kind of Garland?
How many? You're saying you've never choked, you never garroted someone?
Could you imagine trying to choke somebody out with?
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
It would just break immediately.
Yeah, no,
It'd be like a joke. It'd be comedy.
You know, that would be a great Assassin's Creed. Like you make Garland like out of garrote wire, and you're just like oh look at this fence.
It's like Men in Tights when they keep breaking the sticks. That's what it'd be like. You'd be like choking with the Garland. You have to take another piece and be like.
You'd just be like going across your neck at the end.
Also, so we neglected to mention the part where she gets a gift. She gets a gift from her boyfriend, right? Now, so all we've heard about this boyfriend is that she found him drunk in bed with the friend Chloe, but they were close, right? So then he sends Ryan. So then he sends her a gift,
good,
and the gift is like,
character development.
yeah, and the gift is like, I love you so much, please. I want to be with you. I would never do. I'd never do anything to hurt you. And she like imagines him there with her. So she comes out. She's alive. She thinks she killed the Santa Claus guy. And she comes out and she's alive. And don't you know, Ryan shows up. She's covered in blood. And he's just like, it's okay, babe. It's okay, right? It's okay.
Guys, I have a game I want to play before we end this because I think it'll be fun. It'll be a good team building exercise for us. So we already mentioned the scene where she has no weapon and she basically screams. I want to end this. I thought, this needs a punch up. Dude, I have one good line, but I can probably think of a couple too. A couple more, but what do you think is a good thing she should have screamed? This weaponless, tank topped, very small underwear woman trying to take on a seasoned killer, like he's a mass murderer at this point.
I'm gonna make you turn with the jerk.
The one I wrote is I'll just think it over. My blood is filled with AIDS. Like just like so like tries to kill like he gets AIDS because that's menacing. Like
that she would seriously say.
That sucks.
Did that guy look like Peter Parker's landlord in Sam Raimi? Like, did you want to go rent?
Yeah, that would have been fun. That could have been fun. That could have been a fun thing. Like a crossover. Steve Jakeman, what is his name?
Steve Davis, by the way, was Ryan, the boyfriend. The White Knight boyfriend.
I think
was
she
great.
should have said,
Frank
I'll deck your halls.
I'll deck... because they also just kept saying Merry fucking Christmas. Like, everybody. It's like, is this a British thing?
Yeah.
Like, they say this? I don't think
Merry fucking Christmas. Yeah. I think that was supposed to be like the catch line that you'd be like, yeah, like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Okay.
That was supposed to be it.
So, he brings her home. They don't even make it clear whether she ever went to the police. I think he just brings her home and she takes a shower. Like, they don't even report it. And then the police show up.
Yeah, it's like
someone finally finds them. And
maybe a silent alarm went off.
Okay, so first of all, they bring her in, and they make her go into the insane asylum because her fingerprints are on everything. That's what they say, right? But if they had caught this dude before multiple times for murdering people at Christmas, they would have had his fucking fingerprints too, and they also would have been all over everything.
Was it all made up? Was it in her mind?
Okay, so this is another thing in the movie. No, this is another thing in the movie where I was like, this is how it should end. Because I started thinking to myself, maybe she's the murderer.
That's what I thought too.
Yes.
And that would have been such a better ending.
No, and I was like, this is a great ending.
We didn't get that.
I was like,
did they lay the groundwork for
imagining
this anyway? No, they didn't.
She's imagining him, that family in the beginning never existed, and she's just fucking murdering everybody. That would have been great. Because when she's screaming...
Don't worry, I'll take care of you. And then she fucking kills her. Like, that would have been awesome.
When
she's Tyler Durden the whole thing.
And they literally have that part where she's screaming into the camera, and I'm like, this is the end. I'm like, I actually would have given this movie some props for that. But no, it ends so horribly. So she gets put into a mental institution for like no fucking reason. And the sergeant tells the guy,
it was Santa.
Yeah,
it was Santa.
The sergeant tells the detective who had been hunting this guy. And he's like, well, but did they ever find him? Yeah. Did they ever find any?
Found her.
Yeah, from the mental institution. Yeah. And they're like, nope, no sign of him. And he's just like, that's weird.
I'm gonna walk and go to lunch now.
But then, because this police station has no fucking security, just like the mental institution.
I'm like,
he just walks in and murders.
But like, he's not like incognito. He's not in street clothes. He's covered in gore.
I know.
In his Santa outfit. So he walked. He'd have presumably walked from that place.
Cottage,
the cottage. I mean, maybe he found keys to a car, but he still had to drive there, get out of the car.
I bet Chloe left the keys in the car.
He still had to get out of the car. Wait, Chloe's car, because Chloe didn't have to drive.
Which also, I was like, they're like, we're gonna freeze here if we don't get wits in them. Get in Chloe's car, you morons!
Yeah. I know.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, because you seem to be okay with her now.
Yeah. So also, this movie's terrible. Yeah, so I literally wrote, oh fucking hell, I thought that was the end. That should have been the end. This was the worst movie of all time.
I was like, the movie's not over. Oh,
yeah, this is the worst movie of all time. I would rather be watching Yoga Hosers right now. This movie made me question the existence of Burn after watching. I hated it.
Guys, the best part is one of the last lines is like, oh, her trial is on like January 5th.
Yeah.
Like, her trial's in a week?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck kind of judicial
system all the evidence they need.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fingerprints and
1 week from Christmas.
And she must have done all those murders because she was super strong. Everyone remembers that.
Like, what? I mean, because it's actually more believable than like a guy that got stabbed several times and was fine.
And that they know is a murderer.
Yeah, who'd escaped from.
And they know he was running around there.
Yeah.
And Steve Dave was Ryan, guys. Ryan the White Knight. Just remember that.
Who also wrote all of this, like created this whole thing.
He was like 13 different parts of the movie. He was like the best boy grip. He was like the fucking second cameraman.
This was his love child, for sure. So he wrote and directed this.
I wrote in here before I looked it up on IMDb and saw that they were all in some other legitimate movies. I wrote, so my theory is that these were all people who'd previously worked in porn. And this guy decided he wanted to make a non-porn horror film and hired all the porn people that he'd already worked with. Because that's what it felt like. That's literally what it felt like.
I mean, like, these guys and girls were all, like, British 8s to 10s. Like, they were all gorgeous British people. Like, it's British people. It's on the British scale, so it's like
not the dudes so much.
Oh, no, those dudes were fucking hot.
Ugh.
British hot, though. It's British hot. Not like American hot. Like anywhere else could be.
Like Prince Charles hot.
Like
young Prince Charles
hot. Like a sexy potato. Like you know those the Irish movie we watched where everyone's like, I'm a sexy potato, and you're like, yeah, you are, because you're Irish, and that's what they look like.
Let's see Ryan. That sexy white knight.
I also like that Ryan was this is like the senior citizen.
Yeah. He was the
okay,
worst.
I have 2 questions for you.
Oh, God.
Was this better or worse than Christmas with the Cranks?
Worse. 100% worse.
Oh, yeah.
And was it better or worse than Yoga Hosers?
Worse. 100%
I mean,
worse.
Yoga Hosers, but yeah.
This is worse than Yoga Hosers for me. I was like, this movie is fucking...
This movie was
an abomination.
Yeah, it was fucked.
Like, at least Yoga Hosers sort of knew what it was. It was garbage, but it sort of knew what it was trying to do.
Should you give it... Is it on the Spill.com where you should give it a matinee? Is what you're saying?
This movie was a fucking abomination.
Like
it was... shit.
You need to burn it.
Like, how could this movie be printed and somebody was like, I'll take that and put it in my movies?
So guys, mark this because this is the first week I think you've ever said anything that's worse than Yoga Hosers.
Yeah.
It is. That's
we did it. We did it.
We did it.
And also, a movie I picked again. Yeah!
You pick trash movies.
I am the worst.
I loathe every time you have to pick a movie, Mike. There you go.
I am the worst. I am the worst.
It was like... burn this with some incantations and then take the ashes and bury them.
Tubi, yeah. They should burn Tubi for this. Tubi should be fucking done for this.
Tubi is also where the Santa Claus 1959.
Oh, there you go. That's fine. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm ready. Let's do this. I love that episode of MS2-3K.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing our own version.
So we're gonna film it like that. We're gonna have a film. We're gonna put up the chairs, but silhouette us from the back.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
And then we're playing.
Just show our backs.
I'll just be a puppet, actually.
Yeah.
I'll get a gumball machine.
Yeah.
I'll get a gumball machine. Put 2 arms on it.
You're me, popsicle man. So it makes sense.
Guys, thanks for being here. I hope you didn't have to watch this movie.
Yeah, we don't recommend
Don't
this.
watch this.
Burn this they would burn all those logs that were outside in the wood burning stove that is definitely a gas burning stove.
Stay classy, guys.